Hello, and welcome to the weekly energy reading for the week of May 12th through the 18th. My name is Rachel. If you don't know who I am, I'm so excited you're here. I do a weekly energy reading and a monthly energy reading to take a look at what kind of energies are available to us for us to work with so that we can have the most aligned, conscious, and intentional week, and really take a look at what maybe we need to work on, what we need to do to integrate our spiritual practice more into our life a little bit. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to pull quite a few cards. I'm going to start with general energy themes for the week. If you haven't seen already the monthly reading for the month of May, I recommend checking that out as well. This is Tiggy. He's one of my kitties. Both my cats are in here. They might be asked to leave if they're disruptive, but for now they're here. So let's take a look at what the energy theme for this week is. For the week of May 12th, happy Mother's Day to any of you mommies out there. I crack myself up. Okay, and one of my cats is eating right now, so there's gonna be some little crunchy noises in the background. We're gonna let her live her life, okay? We're just gonna let her live her life and eat her food. It's a part of the vibe now, and if you're not down with that, that's okay. We're letting my cat live her life. So let's see the general theme for the energy this week, the week of May 12th. Okay, so we have the Page of Coins. Or Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So this is Earth energy, as you can see in the card. Earth energy page. Page is a suit card. It has to do with being a novice, being new to something, but after already having had experience with this path of getting to the point of being a page, because there is a process that you have to go through in order to get to that state, as shown in the Ace through 10 cards in the deck, speaking from the tarot deck. So let me tune in and see what this is here. So if you did catch the monthly reading and the reading from last week, there is a lot of new energy coming in. Excuse me. I also burp a lot when the energy is flowing, so again, click away if you're not down. And so it feels like this is the grounded position that we're taking in order to embody that new energy and inhabit that energy in kind of a practical way, in an embodied way. So let's get a support card here and see clearly what this is about. A supporting energy for this Page of Pentacles to get some more clarity around it. The Fool, yeah. This is fascinating to me, just thinking about the monthly reading, because the Fool came up as a supporting energy in the theme, in tandem with the Queen of Pentacles as well. So this is really interesting here. So it really is speaking to this new beginning, this new grounded space that we're in. Last week there was so much about what are you doing in order to embody your spirituality. That came up a lot. And so it's again this energy around, sorry, I just had to cut out a bunch of burps. let me tune back in here. Yeah, this is speaking to the new journey that we're on, in this position of having gone through every step that it took for us to get to this space of the Page. And the Page is, again, it is it does have some of the newbie energy in there, but this feels again in some ways we know what we're doing, and it also feels like we know what we're doing because of past life experiences, if that's something that you believe in. It feels like that, like we've done this before in different lifetimes, but not to this degree, right? Because in this phase that humanity is in, like we are going through this kind of big transition. But even looking back at to like Atlantis and Lemuria, like there were these transitions that had come in there where their consciousness was expanding and they were in the ascension process there as well, and it just wasn't energetically the right time, I believe, is what I've heard from channelers who have spoken about that. But it feels like you have everything you need in order to like be here at this time, is kind of what I'm picking up at. And also it feels very much like the support of your like divine support system is here too, with these energies of these like new beginning energies. It's like you're not doing this alone. I'm curious to pull another card and see what comes up with this, to see if that is something that's going on. That's kind of what I'm picking up on, is that like you've done this before and it is something new at the same time, if you can kind of hold those two seemingly dualistic concepts there. So I would love just one more supporting energy card for this Page of Pentacles and the Fool. Okay, interesting. It's the Eight of Swords. It's like, okay, this is gonna seem silly. But it is like you are surrounded by the tools that you need. And it's like a matter of opening your eyes and being willing to use them, right? Like I was saying, that like everything you need, you have. It's just that because of our paths as humans and the density that we come into on this planet, like we, in order to survive, have to put our blinders on to some degree. Like we have to adopt the conditioning and respond in the ways that we respond, and like have the, you know, trauma responses that we have in order to keep us alive, right? And so this is, if you can see this image here, right, it's there's a woman who is bound, not tightly though, and she has a blindfold on. She's surrounded by 8 swords. They're all standing in the ground, which kind of gives me the energy that like they're there and ready to be used. And it's kind of just a matter of like taking advantage of what you have, right? And so that could be so many different things, depending on like where you're at and what you're doing. But because of this energy I had coming through of like you have everything you need, like in the non-physical support in like previous lifetimes that you've experienced, like it's there for you if you want it, and it's up to you to use it, right? And so that could be just like having a spiritual practice and connecting with like your higher self, with your guides, with your angels. It could also be kind of in like a practical sense, it could be like, what do you need in order to like practically work through this new space that you're coming into, that we're all kind of coming into? Like what kind of self-care practice do you need? What kind of boundaries do you need to set for yourself, both with yourself and with others, right? So that you can be successful and like be regulated and actually like embody the person that you want to be and accomplish the things you want to accomplish. Because as I said, boundaries, and I looked at this card again, it does feel like there is some kind of energy around boundaries here, around being clear about what you want, what you don't want, and like vocalizing that to the people who need to hear it, like what you're okay with, what you're not okay with, based on your own individual needs, right? Interesting. So let's pull a card and get some specifics around. We have the star pop out. I'm gonna leave the star here. The star wants to be here. The star wants to be a part of a lot of things with me lately. Let me give you the image here. So the star is so much about hope and healing. And there is some energy there of like integrating the spiritual into the physical, having a connection to both worlds, both sides. And I love that this has come out because like that theme came up last week a little bit in one of the questions that we had asked. But this energy is so light and bright, and so it really feels like it's again showing that like we are supported through this new stuff that we're going through by this. It's kind of like the words that are coming to mind is like undying, unyielding, like ceaseless, loving energy of light that pulses through all of us. Like that is coming through very strongly through our like physical bodies and through our non-physical bodies as well. And it's kind of like I'm getting this image of like we're just kind of being bombarded in a good way with this really loving light energy. Like it feels like we are so supported by the divine, truly, like, and by like love itself, the energy of love itself and light. So the star is going to be here with us in this reading. I love that the star wanted to come out. And now I'm going to get into how are we going to work with this energy? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does it mean for us to work with this energy this week? The energy of this new kind of grounded space that we're in, of like kind of trying to figure out how to live in the physical world with the support of the divine and with the support of all of our innate wisdom and previous life experiences that we have access to. Okay, we've got some more earth energy here. We have the 6 of coins. Excuse me. 6 of coins. This card, it feels like, I know in the traditional deck there's a lot of energy around giving and receiving. And that is what I am picking up on a lot here, especially seeing just like the balance of the placement of the coins is speaking to me of like even distribution, right? And so it's, what is it? Let me tune in for a sec and see how this relates to this new energy that we have coming in. It feels like this recognition of like the natural give and take that we have between earth and ourselves, and between like spirit and ourselves, and knowing that like obviously there are a lot of things happening to our planet that are not healthy for the planet and that are causing like a lot of issues that we need to very seriously consider doing something about. And I'm sure that a lot of you that are watching are aware of this and are aware of your connection with the earth and like the earth's needs, right? And it feels like this, again, this like undying support of the earth, not just of like the non-physical, but the earth as an entity herself. She has so much love and space for us that it's like she is kind of like, please take what I'm offering you. Like she is giving us so much. She is giving you so much. She has so much life force energy and creative energy in her. And she's like, this is what I'm here for. I'm here for you, right? That is what's coming through. And I'm just getting like full body chills as I'm talking about this as well. And so the question then is like, what does that look like for you? Like, how can you connect with this earth energy? And it does feel like this need to connect with life force energy as well, like the life force energy of earth, the consciousness of earth, the planet herself. So let me get a supporting energy card here and see what comes through with that. Supporting energy for this 6 of coins. excuse me. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's like sometimes I laugh at the things that come into my mind. It's like release your burdens into the earth. Release any unwanted energies and anything that no longer serves you into the earth. The earth is a powerful, powerful force of transmutation, right? Like if you're someone who works with crystals, like you recognize like the way that those, like they're rocks that come deep from the earth, and they're very, very old, and the earth has so much ancient wisdom in itself. And I'm just like, man, I'm just like feeling like this energy of like putting your hands in the dirt, sitting on the ground and just putting your hands in the dirt and like feeling the energy of the earth. The Ten of Wands came up last week as well. From this deck. It came up from this deck. And I think it was also in the energy of how to work with this energy. And so, different imagery this week because it's from a different deck, but it's kind of interesting, is it not? That this card is coming up again this week. And I'm fairly certain it was in the how to work with this energy question that the card came up. Maybe not. Maybe it was, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. It was definitely there though. And so let me tune in here as well and see what else is there with us. Yeah, I'm just feeling like let your burdens go. Like you don't have to be so stubborn and do this by yourself. Like there is so much that the earth has to offer us that we don't even know of yet. Like there's just so much energy and life force that we can get from the earth, so that we don't have to carry all the shit ourselves and we don't have to do it all on our own. Like the earth is our home right now for our lifetimes that we have in this current reality that we're living in. This is our home currently. And I know that there are so many people in the spiritual space who feel like earth isn't their home because they've had so many other lifetimes in other planetary systems, in other star systems, in other galaxies, right? But your soul chose to come here for a reason. And we need to learn to be here, right? To an extent, we need to like learn how to be here on earth and be in this physical space. And a very powerful way to do that is to connect with the earth itself. So whatever that looks like for you, I want you to kind of maybe do some journaling around like, what does connecting with the earth look like for you? Especially if you live like in a very urban area, or maybe you live somewhere where the climate, the weather isn't great for you to be outside all of the time. What can you do to connect with the earth and with like the natural rhythms and cycles and energies of our planet? I'm just like seeing the planet kind of spinning just in like this glorious, like just the way that it is. It's like I'm just feeling this awe of nature and of the universe, and that like we are supported in like it, thinking about the fact that the earth is just a rock floating through space, but like it's in a perfect structure with other planets in our solar system, and it's all organized in such a way that like everything is right where it's supposed to be, and there is some stability in that, right? And so it feels like we need to kind of open up to that a little bit, if that makes sense. It might not make sense. I'll rewatch this and be like, what are you talking about, Rachel? But yeah, it feels like connecting with the earth in a way that helps you release any burdens that you're carrying, any hardship. If you're trying to do it all yourself, if you have control issues like me and you find yourself trying to do it all on your own, like let's connect to some life force energy that's coming from the earth. Let's connect to our divine support system and take advantage of what they're offering us, because it isn't just about us, and we're not just doing this all on our own. Like the earth is here to support us, our divine support system is here to support us. So let me see, I want to pull one more card around this too. one more supporting card around the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like, this is literally like what I was saying. Like, we are being handed literally everything that we need in order to live. I don't know if that sounds weird, but we are being handed everything that we need in order to be supported. Like, we are supported. If you can like see the imagery here, like there's a hand coming out of the sky with a big old coin. This is Earth energy card. This is new beginnings, new starts. And like, this card, I think it came up in the reading last week too. There were a bunch of ace cards. I don't know if it was the Ace of Pentacles or not. It's been coming up a lot for me too. So yeah, just like it feels like, you know, like, yes, we're starting something new, but you have a lot of support to lean on. Let me know if this is resonating for you as well. So let's pull a card from this amazing deck, Rebecca Campbell's Starseed Oracle, to get a message from the universe. Some general guidance, a general message from the universe for this week. Okay. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. Kind of exactly what I was saying, right? It's like, you don't have to do this all on your own. If you can see the image here, she is resting in this supportive water. She's like being held in this space. And it's all starry and sparkly and pretty. Boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. Yeah, like knowing, this is so interesting. It's like knowing what, as a co-creator, you need to do and what is the responsibility of the universe, right? And so if you're familiar with manifestation teachings, it's taught that the how is not your job. Like, your job is to get clear on what you want and how you want it to feel, what you want it to look like to a degree, right? Because if we are creating something new, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like, and we can only reference things that we have seen before. And sometimes it's hard for us to tap into visions of things that we haven't seen before, but it's definitely possible. This is Lyra. She's my other kitty. And so this is like, again, it's telling us that like, you're not alone in this. You have so much support that you kind of don't even know about, that you're not aware of, that is there for you to connect with, to tap into, and to take advantage of in a loving way, you know, not in an abusive, manipulative way. It's there for you. And so many of us have such a hard time receiving, because we're taught to, a lot of us in you know, Western society, we're taught to kind of be overly independent, and try to do everything ourselves, and like asking for help is weak and shit, and like you just have to push through and like get shit done. And it's like, for what? For fucking what? So we can perpetuate these old ideas and this old you know, societal expectations of like productivity. Like, what are we doing this for, right? Like, we need to get clear on what we actually want. We can have literally anything we want. It's a matter of connecting into our heart space on what it is that we want, like truly want, not ego-based desires, and being open to receiving it. Like, we are meant to receive. We just are. Every single one of us has the feminine energy in us to some degree, and that is the receptive energy. So I love that this is the message from the universe this week. I'll show you the imagery again. If you want to go on to the extended reading, you can join me in my group, my monthly membership, Grounding Spirituality. We'll be going into the creative potentials for the week, mindset, emotional needs, physical support, connecting with spirit, and some action steps. So if you want to check that out, I highly recommend it. There is a link in the description. and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with this, make sure you like and subscribe so that you can catch every single weekly and monthly reading that I do. If you want to get these videos a day before they come out on YouTube, I have a free community called Grounding Spirituality. There's a link in the description. You can sign up there, no charge. And you also will be getting some journaling prompts that go along with every single weekly and monthly reading that I do, so you can really integrate this information that we go over. I also have an option to upgrade if you want to get the extended readings for each week and every month. And along with that, you get more journaling prompts and an integration activity, so like a meditation, an EFT tapping, some kind of practice to help you integrate this information into your life even more. So again, thank you so much for watching. The links to my free community are in the description. In the description, and follow me on Instagram too if you're not already, Rachel Safa Wellness, all one word, so you can stay up to date on when live events are happening, when I'm releasing new content. And I hope you have an amazing, beautiful day, and I'll see you next week.